Imagine waking up one day without the strength to hold your own body. Your legs tremble, your arms feel like they're made of lead, and even the simplest movements demand exhausting effort. Understand this, that kind of fatigue is not caused by aging, but by a harmful habit you've been repeating every day, without knowing it's been silently and gradually weakening your muscles. And here's the most alarming part. This muscle deterioration could be happening right now as you watch this video. No pain, no clear signs, no warnings, until one day you find yourself depending on others just to get out of bed or go to the bathroom. But what's the real cause of this? It's a common habit, one that seems harmless, but is actually accelerating a condition called sarcopenia, the progressive loss of strength and muscle mass. And just like it's affecting you, it's also impacting millions of older adults around the world. Today, I'm going to show you the 10 worst habits that damage your muscles, one by one, until we reach the most destructive of all. And let me warn you now, habit number 1 will shock you, because it's something a huge number of people do every day, thinking it's the right thing. Let's get started. But before I reveal the worst muscle-destroying habit, there's something you need to understand. Sarcopenia is not a natural consequence of aging. It's a disease that's recognized by top health experts worldwide. And unlike what many believe, muscle loss and weakness don't start at age 60, 70, or 80. They can begin much earlier, around your 30s or 40s, if the right steps aren't taken. So here's the first essential question you need to ask yourself. What are you doing every day that might be weakening your muscles? Let's begin with habit number 10, sitting for hours without breaks. This might sound harmless, but it's actually one of the habits that causes the most muscle degradation over time. And the worst part? It happens silently and without pain during the early stages of sarcopenia. Recent studies have shown that sitting for 6 or more hours a day without interruption accelerates muscle loss in older adults. It affects balance and increases the risk of falls. It can be just as harmful as smoking 10 cigarettes a day or spending a week eating nothing but refined sugar. Even if you exercise daily, if you spend long periods sitting without moving, the damage adds up. Your body interprets the lack of movement as a sign that muscles are no longer needed, and it starts breaking them down, especially in the legs and lower back. So how do you fix this habit? You don't need an intense fitness routine. Just break up your sitting time, get up every 40 to 60 minutes, do some stretches, walk around the house, or stand on your tiptoes for a few seconds. These small actions can interrupt the damaging cycle and make a big difference. But pay attention. The next bad habit is even more destructive, and it doesn't matter how old you are or how healthy you think you are. Habit number 9, sleeping poorly or getting less than 7 hours of sleep per night. Sleep is crucial for muscle health, and it's often overlooked. While you sleep, your body isn't just resting. It's repairing tissue, regulating hormones, and rebuilding muscle fibers that wore down during the day. Sleeping less than 7 hours regularly interferes with this process. Lack of sleep reduces your body's production of growth hormone, which is vital for maintaining muscle in adults. Without proper rest, your body starts losing muscle mass. And here's the kicker. This happens even if you eat well and work out. On top of that, sleep deprivation leads to fatigue, which decreases your energy for movement and exercise, creating even more muscle strain and soreness due to poor recovery. So, can you improve your muscle health just by improving your sleep? Absolutely. But there are key points to consider. First, aim for 7 to 8 hours of sleep, preferably at night. Second, avoid screens and bright lights at least 1 to 2 hours before bed. Third, establish a relaxing nighttime routine, stretching, elevating your legs, or reading something light. And fourth, if you're waking up several times during the night, your diet could be playing a role. And I'll explain more about that in the next habit. But think about this. What's the point of getting good sleep if, as soon as you wake up, you fill your body with substances that directly harm your muscles? Let's take a closer look at why your diet can be just as destructive as poor sleep. Habit number 8. Not consuming enough high-quality protein. This is one of the most common and dangerous mistakes older adults make. As we age, the body requires more protein, not less. Yet many people reduce their intake of meat, eggs, dairy, and legumes. either because of digestive issues, bad advice, or long-standing eating habits. The result is always the same. Muscles don't get the building blocks they need to stay strong, and sarcopenia progresses faster. It's like trying to build a house with no bricks. And it's not just about the quantity, it's about the quality of the protein. The most effective sources are those with high biological value, like fish, lean meats, eggs, and plain yogurt, as well as plant-based options like beans, chickpeas, soy, quinoa, and nuts. A balanced combination of these foods gives you a complete amino acid profile, which is essential for maintaining muscle health. Ideally, you should include a serving of quality protein in every main meal. Don't rely solely on simple carbohydrates like white bread or white rice, which are still very common in many older adults' diets. Now here's a detail few people know. When muscle weakness begins to show up as pain, many people reach for painkillers or anti-inflammatory drugs, and that decision, far from solving the problem, can actually make things worse. Habit number 7, excessive use of painkillers and anti-inflammatory medications like ibuprofen, diclofenac, naproxen, paracetamol, or acetaminophen. These drugs are available at any pharmacy without a prescription. They're consumed like candy, but long-term use has serious consequences for your muscles. Most people don't realize this, but regular use of these medications blocks natural body responses that are essential for muscle repair and growth. They relieve pain, but they also block the body's ability to heal, recover, and strengthen itself. On top of that, overusing these medications can damage your liver, kidneys, and stomach. That, in turn, affects the absorption of essential nutrients, leaving your muscles even weaker, and it doesn't stop there. Many times, muscle pain isn't caused by physical activity or age, but by something much more ordinary and dangerous, a poor diet. Certain foods trigger widespread inflammation in the body and drain your energy without you even realizing it. In the next habit, I'll reveal the worst foods that silently destroy your muscles over time. And the most surprising part? Some of them are marketed as healthy. Habit number 6, eating foods that break down muscle tissue, such as sugary sodas, processed meats, white bread, refined flour, fast food, fried items, seed oils like sunflower, corn, soybean and canola, industrial sweets and desserts, and of course, excessive alcohol, energy drinks, and artificially sweetened light products. All of these have one thing in common. They cause inflammation, disrupt gut health, and interfere with nutrient absorption. They're packed with calories, but offer almost no essential nutrients for your muscles. They inflame, drain energy, and contribute nothing to tissue repair or maintenance. Now here's a question to help you reflect. How many of these items are currently in your kitchen or fridge? And even if you're eating well, if you're ignoring one critical factor, you could still be losing muscle without realizing it. Habit number 5, avoiding strength training. As people age, many start skipping strength exercises, thinking they're too intense or unnecessary, but that's one of the worst mistakes you can make. Strength training, like lifting weights, using resistance bands, or body weight exercises, is crucial for preserving, improving, and even reversing muscle loss at any age. Starting in your 30s, your body can lose between 3% and 8% of muscle mass every decade. Without intervention, that number grows even faster with time, and it increases the risk of falls and injuries. But the good news is this decline can be reversed. With just 30 minutes of strength training 2 or 3 times a week, older adults can increase muscle mass, improve bone density, and fight back against sarcopenia. It also helps reduce pain, fatigue, and dependence on others. So, if you've been avoiding strength training out of fear or the belief that it will wear you down, know this: you may actually be speeding up muscle loss. Now ask yourself this: is there a mistake even more serious that you might be making? Let's take a look. Habit number 4, not staying properly hydrated. Have you ever stopped to consider how important water is for your muscles? Most people associate hydration with thirst, but the truth is that water plays a key role in muscle function. Muscles are like engines. They need not only fuel, but also lubrication to run smoothly. And that lubricant is water. When you don't drink enough, your muscles lose flexibility, become stiffer, and take longer to recover from strain or minor injury. This can lead to muscle pain, cramps, tightness, and even increase the risk of more serious injuries. On top of that, dehydration interferes with blood circulation, making it harder for nutrients to reach your muscles, leaving them weaker and more prone to soreness. And here's something many people don't know. Dehydration also contributes to bone loss. That's right. Research shows it promotes the development of osteoporosis and sarcopenia. In other words, not drinking enough water weakens both muscles and bones. So, are you drinking enough water to keep your muscles strong? A simple rule is this: your urine should be light in color, almost clear. A more specific tip: multiply your body weight by 30. The result is the approximate number of milliliters of water you should drink daily. But be careful, not all drinks hydrate equally. Coffee, stimulating teas, sodas, alcohol, and even some herbal infusions can have a dehydrating effect. That only worsens the problem. Now we've reached the 3 worst habits for your muscles. And number 3 is so common that most people don't even notice how much harm it's doing over time. Habit number 3, consuming refined sugar every day. Everyone knows sugar isn't healthy, but few understand its true impact on muscle mass. When you consume refined sugar, in sodas, processed juices, pastries, or white bread, it causes a spike in insulin. This not only disrupts your blood sugar levels, but also interferes with muscle repair and promotes chronic inflammation. Chronic inflammation weakens everything: muscles, bones, joints, and even your immune system. That means even if you're exercising, a sugar-rich diet prevents your muscles from recovering properly and accelerates aging. Here's my advice: if it didn't come from nature, be skeptical. Avoid ultra-processed foods and replace sugar with healthier options like fresh fruit, dates, raisins, or a little raw honey. These nourish your body and help support muscle repair. Now think about this. Have you ever considered the impact a poor breakfast has on your muscles? That brings us to habit number 2, skipping breakfast, or worse, starting your day with a low-nutrient breakfast. Many people rush through the morning without eating or grab something quick and easy like coffee with toast. The problem is that after hours of overnight fasting, your body needs nutrients and energy to start functioning properly. Skipping breakfast or choosing something with little nutritional value leaves your muscles without fuel or raw materials for recovery. Even worse, if this becomes a habit, your body enters energy conservation mode. That means it slows your metabolism and starts breaking down muscle tissue to meet its needs. Over time, this leads to muscle loss, especially if you're also making the other mistakes we've talked about. The situation is even more serious for older adults, who often eat nothing but white bread and sugary coffee in the morning. That provides empty calories, no protein, no healthy fats, and no fiber. Everything your muscles need is missing. The good news? This habit is easy to change. Choose foods rich in high-quality protein, like eggs, plain or Greek yogurt, or even a piece of grilled chicken. Add healthy fats from avocado, nuts, or extra virgin olive oil, and include complex carbs like oats, whole fruit with skin, or whole grain bread. This combo gives you stable energy, helps nutrient absorption, and supports muscle growth. Now we arrive at the most dangerous habit of all, and what's most surprising is that it's often committed by people who feel healthy, active, and symptom-free. Habit number 1, not getting regular medical checkups. Many people only go to the doctor when they feel pain or when something's clearly wrong. That's a big mistake. Many serious conditions like high blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, kidney failure, fatty liver, and even vitamin D deficiency develop silently. By the time symptoms show up, the damage may already be done, and treatment becomes much more difficult. For example, vitamin D deficiency, which is extremely common, weakens muscles, bones, and your immune system. And many people take the same medications for years without checking whether they're still needed or if better alternatives exist. On top of that, few people get dewormed regularly. Even without symptoms, intestinal parasites steal nutrients and trigger chronic inflammation, which directly impacts muscle health. So don't wait for symptoms. A simple blood test, blood pressure check, medication review, and basic health screening can uncover things you didn't even know were affecting you. Ignoring what you can't see may be the most dangerous habit of all.